So what we're doing here is we're going to be removing our high pressure relief valve. Basically, you could see that it's been leaking oil and a little bit of refrigerant. So you know, this is pretty much what this does is if the pressure builds up above 450 psi, it will relieve the refrigerant, because basically you're creating a real high pressure condenser, and it will cause damage either to equipment or to people. So we do want to pull this out just because we don't want it to continue leaking like this. So one thing you want to do is you always want to back it up with another wrench, just because you don't want to break this point right here. So we'll back it up and then unloosen it. So you can see it's coming right off right there, and we'll put a new one in there. Alright, so this is our new one right here. Basically the same thing, same size, same pressure. It's 450 psi, and you do want to leave this plug in. As you can see, this one doesn't have one, so either it came apart or broke apart, or it actually did have an incident that it blew the refrigerant. So that's a denicator right there, so leave that point there, don't take that off. Then we'll use some leak lock on there, where we could make sure it doesn't leak again. We'll fill this guy up. You don't have to put a lot, just enough. Just be careful, because this stuff does get all over your clothes and it will damage your clothes. You know, just a heads up. Now, clean this off right here, that way we could make sure it's good. And we'll tighten this up. As you can see, it's already kind of spooling over right now, even with the little bit that it put in there. And then of course we'll pressure test it, high pressure test it, and then make sure it's not leaking. Of course, back it up again, right? It's just a weird angle. And then same thing, just tighten it up. More turns. It's nice and tight. I'll give it one more. Alright. Pull that out. So that's about it. That's how you put in a pressure relief valve. Alright, so what we're looking at here is we're going to take off this oil filter. That has to be replaced. Here's our new one. And so pretty much same thing, swap it out. So what you need for this, similar to your car, when you pull your filter out of your car, basically, you know, you can use either this type of wrench or, you know, something where it straps over. That way you can get a good bite on it. What you do here, slide it under, slide it on the top, and then basically just yank it over. Keep doing that, and it will slide right out. So at that point, you could just slide this piece out. Comes right out right there. Now, what you want to do is we have a new gasket here. Pull this apart. Take that out. I'm going to use the same lube, as much lube as we can, to mix it over. Probably use some of that as well. So this is the this is the new one. You can use that. Add a little bit of lube on there, and then slide it right on its slot right there. That way it sits perfect. Now you pull your new filter out, brand new. Make sure this doesn't have any debris in it. Slide this right over, like so. And you slide it right in its slot again. Make sure it's all the way in. And start tightening it back up. Now this is a hand tight point. Should only be 15 foot-pounds. Give it a little tug on it, not too hard. Should be good right there. And of course we're going to pressure test it. You know, we'll make sure that we'll pressure test on these filters. You want to make sure and label them, you know, replace this date, that way it's on an annual basis, and you make sure that stuff is getting done. And that's about it.